Good evening. Welcome to the evening transmission Sanchali on Rajdhani channel of All India Radio on medium wave 50.5 meters corresponding to 606 kHz. Please stand by. This is All India Radio. We now bring you the comments from the press.
This is All India Radio. You will now hear comments from the press. The Times of India in its editorial titled Hastening US Decline says, thanks to a calibrated Iranian response to the US killing of its top general and perhaps a bit of luck, the world has dodged a bullet. Iran's announcement that it has concluded its attack and President Donald Trump's call to embrace peace suggests war has been averted for now. But between a deeply hurt Iran's calm planning to oust the US from the region and a Twitter trigger happy Trump, the danger of war is never far away. Trump's reckless policy may have even hastened the decline of American power in the region. In the aftermath of the drone killing of General Qasem Soleimani, who directed Iran's foreign militia operations, Tehran has shown restraint and sophistication. Telegraphing the coming assault, Iran had announced proportionate response and for the first time launched a missile attack against the US from its own soil. Some 20 ballistic missiles that were hurled at American bases in Iraq landed squarely over hangars containing equipment, sparing bunkers where thousands of soldiers were huddled. One can't be sure if they were meant to be harmless, so American lives were saved by sheer luck. But experts note that the newly earned accuracy in Iranian targeting was shown recently when in September 17 of the 20 missiles fired at Saudi oil terminals hit bullseye. While Iran was seemingly keen to avoid provoking mercurial Trump, tactical disdain may have also been dictated by Iran's desire to avert an all-out war at a moment of great weakness. Iran's economy is reeling from severe American sanctions. Tens of thousands have held violent demonstrations against the theocratic government in many parts of Iran. Anger at interference by Iran has also boiled over in Lebanon and Iraq. Showing sensitivity to its ally, Tehran gave early warning of its missile attack on Iraqi soil, which seems to have been relayed to Washington. This calibrated first response does not by any means signal the end of the tension that was initiated in 2018 by Trump's scrapping of the Iran nuclear agreement. Ayatollah Khamenei said incremental military actions against the United States alone were not sufficient. The long-term goal was laid down clearly. What matters is that the presence of America, which is a source of corruption in this region, should come to an end. The killing of the regime's number two has already removed the self-imposed constraint of not attacking US forces from within Iran. The missile attack has also put America's allies on notice about the punishment they might incur if they collaborated with the US against Tehran. Iran also declared it would no longer be bound by the US-initiated multilateral nuclear agreement and may theoretically be 5 months away from weaponization. If it carried out its threat under the shadow of a nuclear umbrella, Iranian proxies in the region could cause havoc and hasten the US exodus. Already, the US withdrawal from Syria has weakened its battle against Islamic State IS. The mission is now further jeopardized by Iraqi parliament's demand for American departure from Iraq. Iraqi parliamentarians are incensed by open violation of its sovereignty by the US drone attack at Baghdad's airport that killed Soleimani. As the US presence and training mission in Iraq is linked with the fight against the remnants of IS, the expansion would reopen the door for the extremist resurgence. The Pioneer in his editorial titled People's Prince says, when Britain's Prince Harry married American actor Meghan Markle, he had already made the transition from tradition to modernity, casting off his regal aura to be a clutter-breaking young influencer as a commoner. He made sure that his new wife sported his mother, Princess Diana's jewels, a tribute to her unassailable appeal as the palace insider who conformed and rebelled in parts and one who is still betted upon by global marketers to keep the house of Tudor relevant ceremonially. And it was this populist aura and her brand ambassadorship that Britain could not and still cannot ignore, using it to sell the royals as part of an exportable culture, attracting tourist brands and the subsidiary economy of memorabilia and lifestyle markers. By deciding to step back as a senior member of the royal family, refusing some part of the royal purse that comes from British public and choosing to run an independent global foundation, Harry and Meghan are pretty much following her footsteps. They're not only reinventing the relevance in a fluid world of images where icons have been created and destroyed daily, but challenging the stiff upper lip of convention. In that sense, the desire to carve their own path with the aim of becoming financially independent ought to be lauded. And if they choose a profession to reclaim their destiny on their terms, there's nothing wrong with it, except they would have to make a clean break then as progressives and not be part-time as they propose now, looking to have the cake and eat it too. The Hindu in its editorial title, A Health Emergency Writes, based on the risk of international spread of poliovirus, the World Health Organization announced on January 7th that polio will continue to remain a public health emergency of international concern, PHEIC, for 3 months. The decision was taken based on the recommendation of the Emergency Committee under the international health regulations that assessed the situation last month. The committee arrived at the unanimous decision based on the rising risk of international spread of wild poliovirus type 1. In addition to the virus causing polio in children, it was found in the environment in Pakistan and to a lesser extent in Afghanistan. This is particularly a concern as the number of children not vaccinated in Afghanistan